You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. This thinly veiled threat is quite an interesting phrase to etymologically break down. I'm going to go over some supporting components to what I asserted in my previous videos. What we're dealing with here, folks, is the Matrix. I know that a lot of people take the Matrix very literally. You know that somewhere up in some other dimension that we are in a YouTube watching our life like a video in some sort of chamber, having our loosh sucked off from us unwittingly. And I'm trying to point out that even whether that's true or not, there's a more immediate matrix that we answer to. And the word MA, or the letters MA in Black's Law, that's mergers and acquisitions. And these mergers and acquisitions, I posit, are talking about the whore of Babylon, you know, the giver monster, the machine that never says no, that only gives and gives and gives, and we volunteer ourselves to walk in and go along with the flow, go along to get along, and we are in lockstep. We are goose stepping into the matrix. This is Ma'at, tricks, the tricks of math. This is the goddess of math. You know, that's the tricks, Trix, that's the triple cross, the triple crown. I'll just do it live and direct here. You know, here's the hill of Golgotha, the triple crown, triple cross. 1, 2, and 3. Gives you your 12 zodiac signs. You know, this is all about regulatory capture. Man, it's an ugly an ugly attempt at a beautiful concept. So we are dealing with the tricks of math because we are the numbered people. We were given a social security number. It's not ours. It was assigned to us. We were too young to even know what the terms of that agreement were. And now a lot of people want out. A whole lot of people want out. That social security number was assigned to the bonded surety from the birth ritual that we went over before. That was an exchange from the placenta, the 3-dimensional, down to the 2-dimensional Sesta KV, Sesta K Trust. Trust law, highly complex. Not the kind of thing that children would even understand to get involved in this tricks of Ma. So I spoke of earlier that war is about your whereabouts. War is territorial. It's knowing when to walk away and when to lead the charge. And one of the greatest tricks of war is weaponizing your fashion. Anybody who remembers Katniss Everdeen from Hunger Games, she had a fashion general. She was given an outfit that would inspire people to get behind her. And the people on the other side, they were wearing certain colors, certain symbols that could curtail any conversation, and they could just get to killing. They didn't have to talk about their ideological differences. And again, the word form, that's a skeleton. You know, when you fill out this form, you are giving life to a graven image. So Uniform Commercial Code, the UCC, is mergers and acquisitions into a death cult, into those who worship filthy lucre, money, Babylon, y'all. Your address is your headdress. It is the costume. Again, you're being dressed up in a costume so that you can address the court. And your address, giving your address, is a very covert means of adding duress, because they are not saying without saying, we know where you live, we know where you sleep, and we can come and take you away whenever we want. The all caps name that is attached to this address, that's attached to the number, that's your nom de guerre. That's a name of war. And it's in all caps because it is yelling, it's screaming, it is a battle cry. And when you respond to it, you are agreeing to go to war. And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to court, you are going to cut. And these aspects of the legal system are, in fact, often they're fencing terms. They are fighting terms. These are the terms of the battlefield that you're about to go into. The word slogan, that was pointed out recently by Jordan Peterson. He broke this down etymologically. You can look it up. It means a battle cry of the dead, or the battle cry of an army. Look that up. The etymology is profound there. So Tacitus has a famous quote, "The more numerous the laws, the more corrupt the state." And I just want to point out, we are talking about every number is an agreement to obey, is obedience. Every single person who follows the civil code, civil means servile, we're slaves. And the word state, that etymologically means stay at, to stay in one place so they can add duress. This is about your whereabouts. They're making war on your location. They want you to stand still while they poke you and prod you with pins, much like the spear of destiny in the ribs of Christ. U.S. There's a reason that they chose these letters. They want us to associate with this abbreviation, U.S. Well, there's no A on here. That's United States. There's no America. They've taken the land out. This is Admiralty Maritime Law. And if you look up Title 28, subsection 3002, 15A, look that up. You will find out that this U.S. That's a corporation. Anything that they say might as well be coming from Taco Bell. And you don't have to associate with us. You can be yourself. You can be an individual. You don't have to be part of the mergers and acquisitions of usury. These letters are telling you the truth right in front of your eyes. U.S. is usury. We are usufruct. They are using the fruit of our labors, and you are entering into contract. And just a quick point, the term sir, like sir plus. Here again, we get those crosses, those X's. Sir plus, it means extra. It means king, a Kaiser, a Caesar, a czar. Sir means extra. And when a order follower affixes this word to you and calls you sir, he's dressing you up in a uniform, and he's giving you favor. He's giving you a favor. He's giving you extra consideration. The term sir is extra consideration. He's treating you nice. And at any moment, if you don't do what he wants, he'll take away that sir. And he'll start calling you bitch boy, criminal, slave. So when somebody gives you a name that you do not answer to, call them out and refuse to answer to that name. It is essentially a claim. They are claiming that you are extra, and it's up to them if they want to make you into less. So when somebody calls you sir, when they call you mister, they call you anything, it's a bribe. They don't know you. They're not your friend. They don't have right of use to that name. And a bribe is two things. It is either favor, here I'm going to give you a little extra, or it's threat. I got this gun. I'm going to coerce you into contract. And coercion is double-sided. Coercion can be a gun, or it could be a donut. They could offer you a donut to take the shot. They could offer you a beer to take the shot. All of that is coercion. It's a bribe. It is favor that they will remove at any given point if you step out of line. And look up the definition of discriminate. It confers privilege. And privilege is business, it's commerce, it's maritime. Rights are not a privilege. Those are two different things. You have a right to travel. Being on the road and making money is privilege. Being on the road and taking people's cars, taking people's rights away and getting paid for it, that is a privilege. But you have a right to travel and move around in this world. So, sir or bitch boy, it doesn't matter. They're the same thing. One of them feels good. One of them feels like a threat. They are both a bribe. I'm going to read a couple inserts from Black Law's Dictionary. I highly recommend everybody gets a Black Law Dictionary and learn this language that's being used against us. So, I want to explain discrimination very quickly. The effect of law or established practice that confers privileges on a certain class or that denies privilege to a certain class because of race, age, sex, nationality, religion, or disability. It said nationality. That means that if they treat you a certain way because you're a U.S. citizen, because you're any kind of status, that is discrimination. And you have a right to call them out on that. And you have a right to retract their presumption if they are presuming your nationality. You have a right to remain private. So another term I want to read real quick is false light. False light is, in tort law, in an invasion of privacy action, a plaintiff's allegation that the defendant attributed to the plaintiff views that he or she does not hold and place the plaintiff before the public in a highly offensive and untrue manner. False light. And there is a false light doctrine out there. It's something to look at. Also, false pretenses. The crime of knowingly obtaining title to another's personal property by misrepresenting a fact with the intent to defraud. A lot to think about there, folks. A lot of good reasons to practice your right to remain silent way before some guy in a costume presumes to give it to you. Much love, y'all. Stay strong.